Hello. And about some odd years ago, I made a video. About an artist called Son of Rust. And when I made this video, I recently received a CD. So I received a CD finally of this artist called Son of Rust. And the CD took forever to come in, had lack of artwork, and this same video that I made some odd years ago was talking about this same matter that really kind of annoyed me. Wanted to find out more of what was going on here. There's a lack of artwork. It's just showing like text stuff. You know, it's not really, it's a new camera I'm messing with, so bear with me. But yeah, so see, it says Son of Rust, and it's got, stuff. It just has the little film thing. I don't even think this was like much in there. No, it's just repeat of that stuff again. But anyway, so this one didn't had lack of artwork and didn't really have anything on there. Whereas, it, and I was wondering to myself, why is this? Why is it that there's not much to this artist? And again, it's, it makes sense. Why, there's a lot of independent stuff with this artist. So I made that video and I went over a couple of lyrics of his stuff. I didn't go too deep as far as I should have. When I made that video, the actual guy, I think his name's Justin Cope. Again, I haven't watched that video in a long time. I'm just trying to make this video to clarify more things. I wanted to talk about this matter. Justin Cope contacted me, and he said, or in a YouTube comment, I'm trying to remember what the YouTube comment said, but it was a very much time ago. He just said he didn't know how I got this copy, and he thought it was strange. And so it's like, my brain's like, well, how did this get sold? Is this wrong that CD Baby made a version of his CD like this? What's going on here? And so today I want to go over some of the lyrics that I didn't go over with Son of Rust by covering his other CD. Now this CD covers more things such as like Vicious Cycles, Welcome to Chaos. These cover more of just daily life stuff that he was going through, the emotions he was feeling, such as, Another Beautiful Tragedy deals with rejection, deals with the idea of like, if I start a relationship with this woman, will it just go to another beautiful tragedy? It's like, that's a good question. Vicious Cycles, it talks about the idea of going through things to get what you want, but when you finally get it, is that really what you want? And yeah, that kind of dissects into the human psyche, and I love that, So this does kind of get into your brain a little bit. It does. But this one does not get into your brain as much as recently, where I got an official one. I got this off Amazon. A Son of Rust. And you can tell it's official because other than just the front cover and that's it, no, it's a back cover too. And instead of just like, white stuff on the disc, just clear on the disc, instead we get, look at that, DNA, and it says on it, Son of Rust, 6 years of gene therapy. And it's official. It's an official Son of Rust product, and that is amazing. Not only that, this is the first album he came out with. That one is the second. I don't know how, but I want to somehow get legally get downloads of the third remix album. I forget what it's called, but there's a remix album he made. I really wish he would put it on Bandcamp or something, because it's either that, if he did actually put it on Bandcamp, that was amazing. But it's either that, or you have to stream it. And I don't like streaming services because you never own it. You're just renting it. I want to get it so I never have to go back to the company ever again. And I can just say, I download what I want. I never have to talk to you ever again. I never have to give you my business ever again. I troll you. I love that. So I would rather download music rather than be stuck on a renting service for the rest of my life and having to keep paying you guys. No, I want to only pay the guys when I want to. A lot of bias are coming out here. A lot of basis stuff. Anyway, so getting down to the nitty gritty of this CD. And I need to do this because I'm running out of time. Anyway, so he has 3 major songs. Granted, I will warn you, there's 1 or 2 songs that have some cuss words on here, so sorry about that. But they're worth it because they actually do get down to, there are 3 particular songs I like out of this list that he has right here. There are 3 particular songs that tell kind of a story of something that's, made me think that this Son of Rust guy was onto some kind of conspiracy. He was onto something. And after that comment on the YouTube video, I finally, it clicked in my head. This guy just had an awesome idea, and he really wasn't on to anything. He was more of an idea of like, he was just displaying what he saw. And so he's not, I'm not going to go crazy. I don't think he was crazy. I think he was awesome for what he created. I don't think he was trying to be like too, like, oh, I'm on this stuff. It's like, once you hear these lyrics, though, you're going to think that he was onto something. So Strange, I think I did cover that in my last video, but I'll go over the lyrics again. I have them booted right up here, but there's a song Strange, there's a song Silicone Gene, and there's a song Bigger Than God. And with Strange, I woke up in the middle of a dream, surrounded by a million biological machines, but I think that they're all breaking down. And he's right, because the fact that if you look at it in that perspective, humans, our efficiency isn't as good as everyone we keep thinking that our efficiency is amazing, but no, when you actually break it down, we still have imperfections. We still have things that we need to handle. We still have things that we are not going to perfect. We probably are never going to perfect everything known to man. And so let's get into, there's more to that what he just said. So, looking for a path that leads beyond a single node. This simple motivation makes my destiny unfold. The reign of these meat machines growing old. We've been at this for 2,000 years, guys. Humans have been ruling the world for 2,000 years. I woke up in the middle of a scream, tearing down the walls of this implemented scene. The answer to a simple question, just out of reach. The smell of plastic wire still burning in my head. Seductive sirens calls of the ones who want me dead. Information is the endless hunger that must be fed. I must be fed. And then it goes to the chorus part. Something strange happening to me. Something is upgrading my biology. There's gonna be a change in the way that you see. And it's coming to a close because it's happening to me. And so I want people to think. I want people to hear these lyrics. I want them to hear these lyrics and actually apply this and think he's saying something. And that's the reason why I was thinking he was onto something, is because the fact that he has such philosophical lyrics that you could dissect and get some meat in, get some flavor out of, that really could help you think as a person, And so I'm going to go on to the second song and then the third song, but like he's really getting into like, something really, awesome here with these lyrics. And this was made like so long ago, and people don't dissect these lyrics. They only dissect the lyrics of the mainstream music, which you miss so much. When you get down to the individual of what each individual person is saying, it's amazing, because each person, individualized, thinking something that nobody else could. I love it. These days, they keep saying that each person is just a number, just a number, just a number. But what if each number is thinking something that could never be thought again? Or thinking in a certain way that needs to be reintroduced into society? A new way of thinking. What if, like, each person is just another way to say something that should have been reiterated to our world? It really makes you think, and people should be thinking. This one, Silicone Gene talks about the idea of how advancements in technologies, more about stuff that he's onto as far as back in 2005, 2006 when he made this album. I think it was like 2005 or 2006. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, no, I don't want to eat some kind of, it's advertisement come up as I'm reading the lyrics. I don't have the lyrics actually on paper because there was no lyrics that came with the TD. I can't blame him. That cost a lot of money, so I can't blame him. So he says, you can call us freaks, but we're new age heroes. It all comes down to the ones and zeros. Open your eyes and I think you will see, you are exactly what you want us to be. So go Silicon tonight, the electrons taking flight. I only dream of Silicone Gene and the way that she seemed and what it would mean to be made of light. I won't think about you tonight. The idea of being digitalized, the idea of being a digital you. How does that seem? What are we coming to as far as our society? I live for electric piracy. It's my new religion. And that's the thing, is that technology is becoming its own religion these days. So be careful. High technology, 120-bit encryption, 120-bit encryption. In just another minute, I'll be bigger than God. Intelligence is supreme. I bow my head and pay my tithe to the church of the machine. And what he's saying there, though, is the idea of, like, I can see how some people can take that to be like, against the religious stuff like that. But I take from that the idea that he's trying to say, look, it's becoming so big. It's becoming such a big part of our lives that humans can't live without technology, and we're having to be so dependent upon technology and upon what it's doing, and it's transforming us as humans, how we interact, how we think, how we do things. I gotta go because we're running out of time. You can lock us away, but that won't stop us. It all comes down to technological progress. Virtual light in a digital night. The future is bright as we're taking flight. And yeah, getting more into just, again, that technological stuff. Now to wrap it up with the last song, and I'm hoping this wraps it all up, but I think the best song on this that kind of wraps everything up he's saying about all this technology and how it's affecting our lives. Where is it? So the lyrics of the big one, Bigger Than God. Now, yes, it is a bad thing to say bigger than God. I will admit that I'm religious, so don't say these things. But he is making a point when he's saying this, so listen closely. The kids are all saying that it's on its way. The scientist working in moral decay. They're bringing you something that will change the way you feel about yourself. Not just another flavor of addicting vice. This miracle machinery will make things right. Unplug your skull before you say goodnight in this sickening analog world. Now he's saying in that it's like technology is replacing your brain, it's replacing everything, it's becoming more, the scientist is the person inventing this stuff. In just another minute, we'll be bigger than God now. He keeps saying that throughout the chorus, and each time he says it, it feels a little bit dull at first, but then he keeps getting bigger and bigger with the way he's saying it, the more theatrics as far as the song going, and everything that keeps happening with it. And it really is the idea that he's trying to, like, it started slow, and now it's getting bigger and bigger as technology becomes this hulking monster. And it's like by the time we realize, and listen how he says it here, he says, the kids are all telling me it's here to stay. The scientists slaving for a better way. So the scientists thinking, oh, I gotta make it better. I gotta make it more convenient for people. But is that really the good thing to do? They're bringing you something that will change the way you feel about the world. It's changing the world. It's changing everything. Not just another technical wonder. Not just another candy-coated pill. A paradigm shift, a subtle distortion in a purified digital world. And he says just another minute will be bigger than God. And then now, when it hits, when it slaps, the world is now telling me it's here to stay. Not the bleak and sterile future that we have today. And if I had the power, I would change the way we are headed, save myself. But it's an unstoppable blunder. Its claws are in your face. Believe what you want. Believe it never existed. You will never leave this place. Meaning, it's becoming too late, and we need to catch on before it becomes too late. We need to actually, find a way to take breaks from technology, let it not consume our lives with phones and all that we're doing here. We need to be able to, it's that whole joke of like, go back to primal state, reject modern. And yes, it's true. We need to take breaks from technology. That's what he's saying. It's saying that it's having heavy effects, some bad effects on human psyches, with social media, with all this stuff, with the idea of AI, and with all these new technical advancements, everything that the government thinks is good, these inventors think is good. It's like, no, with the idea that your brain is getting soft. Your brain is not thinking anymore because of all this technology, doing all this stuff. Anyway, that's all the time I have because it went out. So I just wanted to go over these things and just try to analyze with this, what exactly is happening. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.